Hilary the SheSEER. Today's video is a psychic reading on the mysterious disappearance of Maura Murray, who went missing on February 9th, 2004 after crashing her car into a snowbank on Route 112 in Haverhill, New Hampshire. When investigators arrived on the scene, they found her vehicle locked, but no sign of 23-year-old Maura. There haven't been any sightings or word from her since, so everyone's left with questions like, did she run away and start a new life? Was she picked up after the crash by someone? Was she met with foul play? This reading answers those questions and more. Note my disclaimer, this reading's for entertainment, it's not fact, it's my psychic opinion. I begin each reading by tuning into the energy of the missing person through their photo. Right away, I received a vision of Maura saying something like, well, that was fun. If you've watched my other readings, you may remember that the very first impressions I receive are most likely what was said or happening at the time a person went missing or, unfortunately, passed away. At the end of the video, when I share my psychic opinion about what I think happened, this statement actually makes sense. Next, I picked up a restless energy, like Maura was seeking change or adventure. I also heard silver bullet. I looked it up, and the phrase silver bullet refers to a simple or seemingly magical solution to a complex and difficult problem. I also picked up that Maura was feeling guilt about something. It's the feeling like, I wish it were me instead. That feeling could be directed towards a family member or friend. It feels this is referring to some sort of trauma that she or someone else was perpetually trying to heal or escape from. I also picked up a reckless, self-destructive, somewhat self-life ending energy from Maura's photo. I described the energy like, maybe I don't decide to end my own life, but I decide to throw caution to the wind and have a wild adventure instead. Then I heard the song On the Road Again by Willie Nelson. I was also shown an alcohol bottle in my mind's eye, accompanied with the feeling of self-sabotage. I feel the self-sabotaging energy showing up as a pattern of behavior where Maura was close to accomplishing something, but then she'd potentially mess it up or risk it just to have a good time. I then had a vision of her making a pushing movement with her arms. It feels rebellious, like pushing back or pushing someone away. It gives me the feeling she was going against someone or something at this time in her life, maybe even pushing everyone away. I picked up that she's very strong. She wouldn't want to bother others with her problems, so she has an I can handle this approach to dealing with challenges. Although Maura's energy comes off to me as confident and independent, I do also pick up on depression, and there's the tendency to reach for unhealthy things or even risky situations to feel alive as somewhat of a trauma response. I specifically tuned into the photo of Maura wearing a black shirt, and I heard the name Jake. In this photo, I was drawn to her necklace, and I heard the word tumultuous. It makes me feel she was in a tumultuous relationship. I heard I should have chosen myself. With regard to her disappearance that day, I'm being shown she got an idea in her head and she was excited about it, and then she decided to do it. So it felt more of a spontaneous idea and decision. I asked Maura's energy what her plan was, where was she going? And I had a vision of an advertisement in a newspaper being circled. I feel like she had identified some kind of event or opportunity that she was excited about. Next, I had a vision of a man asking her where she was going, and she answered camping. Then I got the word green, and it kind of materialized into hamsters. I'm thinking this was referring to New Hampshire. She may have been headed to a place with green in the name, or maybe she could potentially be located now in a place with green in the name. Then I asked to be shown only words in my mind's eye related to her disappearance. The first word I received was black feet. I unfortunately think this refers to frostbite. then colliding, Chevy, bear, Wenton, wheel, forest, old bridge, cold, triangle, trucker. After that, I tuned into the energy of the car crash and I got the name Jim and the word legs. Then I heard I'm in the shadows, which makes me feel she was hiding in an area with trees. Then I had a vision of cars passing on the road at night, maybe a truck as well. I also picked up a Grateful Dead jam band vibe, and this makes me think of hitchhiking. Then I get something about a gas station and a long-distance trucker. Then I randomly got a vision of red beans, maybe kidney beans. I also saw the number 30, and I saw 48 hours in my mind's eye. Next, I had a vision of her hands with gloves on them. Then I heard, I stumbled. I was also being shown the distinction between stumbling and falling. Like, I didn't fall, I stumbled, as if to say it wasn't as bad. Okay, so I received many different messages and clues, and I wanted to get further clarification in order to form my psychic opinion on what really happened. So I asked 3 specific questions. The first was, is Maura somewhere living a new life under a different identity? I picked up southern states like Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. I also heard the name Wendy. However, I think I'm picking this up because Maura may have desired a new life and had thought about doing it, but I don't get any other messages about that scenario. So in my psychic opinion, Maura's not out there somewhere living a new life under a new name. The second question was, did Maura meet with foul play by someone who picked her up after the crash? I feel like after the crash happened, in her mind, she was still trying to get to her destination. I guess she still wanted to do what she had originally planned. I feel that in her mind, she was considering finding someone to hitchhike a ride with. I received a vision of Maura maybe surveilling a gas station, or perhaps that was just a mental vision. Perhaps she was just thinking about getting to a truck stop or gas station and finding a trucker to hitch a ride with. However, I'm not picking up any foul play with that scenario. If there was foul play, I would most likely pick up on the energy of an assault or an incident with another person, because that would be really scary, and there would be a lot of powerful energy in that altercation for me to access, and there's just not. So, in my psychic opinion, she didn't meet with foul play either. The third question was, what happened to Maura after the accident? I first felt the energy of her hiding in some forest area with trees. Then I also see and feel like she's walking along a road and hiding if she saw car lights. Then I also have the feeling like she was trying to get to a gas station. I have a feeling of trying to cut through a forest, thinking once through it, on the other side would be another road or a gas station. I feel like she had frostbite from the snow, and her feet and legs got numb and she couldn't walk. I think that's why I got the word black feet. I feel her legs from the knee down were numb. It feels like she didn't really realize how bad it was until she fell or stumbled and couldn't get back up. I had a vision of her just kind of realizing and accepting that there's nothing she can do. It feels like there's even some kind of recognition of irony about her situation, as if she almost had a sense of humor or became delirious perhaps and was laughing to herself. This is the moment, I believe, in the beginning of the reading where she says something like, "Well, that was fun." I feel sadly, sometime soon after this, Maura allegedly lost consciousness or fell asleep and didn't wake up. I feel like there is or was an elderly couple's property nearby where she passed away. She may have been close or thought she was relatively close to getting to a gas station. Unfortunately, when I feel into future energies, I'm not picking up any energy surges or receiving any timelines that would indicate her remains will ever be recovered. It's really sad. I get that Maura was a really cool person, direct, witty, charming, and playful. I feel like she had a beautiful ability to really uplift those around her. Let's collectively send love and or prayers to Maura's family and friends that they're able to somehow find peace and spiritual support as they navigate the unique challenges that a loss like this creates. Thank you to those who requested and voted for Maura's reading on the community page. I heard YouTube hasn't been notifying you guys, so please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future chances to vote. I'm also doing some fun intuition building exercises there, and it's also where I give you guys updates, so if you haven't yet, check it out. If you'd like to say thanks and support the work I do, you can buy me a coffee. The link is in the description box. It's really cool. The platform just started allowing me to thank you guys with a short personal video. As always, let me know what cases you're interested in. Leave your requests in the comments below. For now, I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you in the next video.